The other thing is, you have to be positive. You have to be positive. I have a program called Just Say No to Negativity. Always a challenge when you're around kids, right? Because it's always, you know that you have to give your children, your teenagers, positive messages of encouragement. But it's challenging. But remember, positive message of encouragement. You come downstairs, your kid's splayed out on the couch with video games. You have to be positive. What's right with you, you useful good for something? Now wipe that smile onto your face. Yeah, feel the levitational pull, pulling the corners of your mouth like that. So this is important. And again, if you want to be peaceful, if you want to have your inner peace intact, even when your outer peace is in pieces, I have developed the peace mantra. Would you like to learn it? Yeah. Simple 3-word mantra. Something is upsetting to you, take a deep breath, because as you know, breathing is the key to long life. We breathe in, we inspire. When we don't, we expire. So take a deep breath and do the peace mantra like this. Peace on it. Let's all try that, please. Peace on it. Yeah, you see you're more peaceful already. And you know, we have been so inundated with these war metaphors, we don't even realize that we're always using war metaphors. Remember the war on poverty? Remember that? Well, it's over. The poor people surrendered. The war on drugs? I've got a better idea. Improve reality. It's cheaper. Huh? And you know, we have a wonderful national anthem, a beautiful song. But maybe it's time to stop affirming bombs bursting in it. And what's with these ramparts? I mean, I find the whole idea of watching ramparts very perverse. Right? Don't care how gallantly they're screaming. I don't know. Only ones that should be watching ramparts are sheep, okay? We human beings have been ramming parts for far too long. And all of this running has gotten us into a rut. Because when you just have aggressive male energy in a country, you know what you have? A stagnation. We need to balance it out, bring the feminine energy in to make a donation. And together we can activate one of the most underused tools in the toolkit, imagination. Imagination. Because if we want things to be different than the way they are, the first step is to be able to imagine something different. My guru, Harry Cohen Baba, the Garment Center saint, he used to say that life is like a good deli. Even if something isn't on the menu, if enough people order it, they have to make it.
Yeah.
And you know what? We have too many people who are mistaking reality TV for reality. Yeah? Because the media has inundated us with so much toxic BS that our skeptic system is overflowed. Yes, and we end up swallowing huge ironies whole. This is called irony deficiency. Now, seeing a doctor won't help, but seeing a paradox will. You know, I have to be blunt here. There's only one TV news network telling the truth about what they are broadcasting. CBS. You want to CBS? We got plenty of them. So if you don't like the current programming, turn off your TV and television instead. That is for iTelevision to you, you television to me, and we have healing and functional visions to step into. And that beats what we've been stepping into. Okay, so I will television. Imagine think tanks where they think about more than tanks. Imagine young people living for their country instead of dying for it. I'm going to stretch your imagination here. Ready? Imagine going to the voting booth and voting for the greater of two goods. Yeah, that's a stretch, isn't it? Imagine government of the people, by the people, for the people, where the government does our bidding, not the bidding of the highest bidder. How would that be? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Swami, you're proposing a sane world. You must be crazy. And believe me, there's no need to change the world. There is a better way. I say let's toilet train the world and we'll never have to change it again. It's time for children of God to evolve and become adults of God. Now people ask me, Swami, are you an evolutionist? Are you a creationist? I am both. I believe we humans were created to evolve. And you know what? Biology is telling us that if we learn to be as smart as ourselves, we could actually create a whole different world and achieve our destiny as humanity, which is called humanifest destiny. Now listen to this. We are each a community of 50 trillion cells. 50 trillion cellular citizens that cooperate. It's a system that works. We have universal health care, full employment, no cell left behind. And the organs don't fight with one another. You know, you never read about the liver invading the pancreas, demanding the islets of Langerhans. They get along. So what we have to recognize is that the next phase of human evolution is realizing that we're all cells in this new body called humanity. And if all of the healthy cells gather together, we can isolate the sociopathogens, if you know what I mean. Because right now we have divide and conquer. We've been divided in this country into the red tribe Republicans, blue tribe Democrats, and we spend all of our energy arguing about whether it's worse to kill the born or the unborn. When as a matter of fact, we're killing plenty of born, and the bill is being sent to the not yet born. So, you have people that say, well, you know, a couple of years ago we voted for a new president, Barack Hussein Obama, and it was great for a while to say, you know, finally America has a president, Hussein. But if we really want to make a change, we need a new precedent. And that precedent is recognizing that there's an evolution, there's an evolutionary upwising, people waking up and wising up, to realize that we are the leaders we've been waiting for. It's not a top-down thing, it's up to us. And so if we want to counterbalance this fear-based homeland security, we need to cultivate a heart-based heartland security. Because our true security is in the land of the heart. In our heads, we have beliefs that keep us separate. And what people believe, believe me, is unbelievable. So we need to leave the static of the head for the ecstatic of the heart. Because the more we expand our hearts, the less we're going to need to shrink our heads. And what's the meaning of all this? Well, the meaning of all this is that we are all here to completely let our inner light shine forth and be as bright a light as we can possibly be. And the enlightened ones call this fulfillment. Now people ask me, Swami, I've tried everything and nothing will help. Well, what do you think? I happen to have just the thing for you, because I have here the ultimate enlightenment tool, a box of absolutely nothing. No, this is really it. Whatever your problem is, nothing will solve it. Nothing is known to cure baldness. Did you know that? Nothing is completely safe to eat nowadays. Nothing gets out those impossible stains. Nothing beats sex. And of course, nothing is made in the U.S. We have a hole in the box. You can see exactly how much nothing you have left, yes? Up here, you've got plenty of nothing. Down here, time to get more. And remember, nothing is too good for your friends, but get it for them anyway, okay? Now, the thing is that we don't want to keep producing boxes of nothing, and so we've actually made it so much easier. We have created what I call Swami's ultimate meditation tape, completely blank. Don't talk about easy listening. It doesn't get any easier than that. about how hard it is to find pure, clean silence nowadays. Yeah? So we start with the purest silence from the highest peaks of the Himalayas, premeditated by 1,000 Buddhist monks, and brought to you. If you're listening to this tape and you hear anything, it's inside your own head. Yep. So remember, Swami's ultimate meditation tape, nobody gives you less.